Hello there, this is the Grumpy Lynx, episode 3, where grumpy is good. Today, it's all about perfectionism. Do you need everything to be perfect in order to be happy? I can definitely relate. I think when I'm doing something and it doesn't come out the way I wanted to in my head, then it gets me grumpy. It's really upsetting if I'm installing, let's say, trim around a window and I put a nail in the wood or PVC board and it cracks on me. It can be very frustrating because I want the finished result to be perfect, and that's what I have in my head. So then I'm grumpy because a piece of PVC board, might be $30, $40, $50, and I'm not going to rip it out to put a new piece, which I might then also crack. So it's challenging for me to get past and accepting that things aren't going to be perfect. The wood trim or the PVC board trim is not going to be perfect. And my life is not going to be perfect. The way I thought things were going to go, the way I imagined it to go, and the perfectionism in it. So if I imagine something to be, it has to be very precise, exactly the way I want it, and then when I go to do it or something is manifesting and then it turns out not to meet basically the standards in my head of how it should have turned out, then I get grumpy. And I guess it really stems from feeling like I've made a mistake, that I can't go back, and I guess there's failure and disappointment in there. Disappointing others, disappointing myself, questioning my worthiness because I couldn't make something perfect. And so it's interesting in trying to figure out, well, how can I find happiness if I want things to be perfect, I want things to go a certain way, and then they don't. So how is grumpiness the key to my happiness in this situation? Because I identify that not getting something perfect, making an error, is causing the grumpiness. That's the source of it. It seems that that's the source of it, but I guess the source is really in my lack of worthiness if things don't go exactly the way I imagine them that they would. So how can I accept that and just keep going and staying positive when I'm looking at something like a cracked trim board that is going to be difficult to, maybe fix without removing it and installing something new? Probably can be, most of the time, it can be remedied with caulk or, glue and nails. But then sometimes it can't. Sometimes you can't mask an error or something that got damaged. So how can I still feel good and accept that things aren't going to be perfect? What do you think? I want to hear from you on what in your life do you feel like you need to make perfect, whether it's in your job, relationships, or at home, in projects. And does that trip you up? Does it make you grumpy a lot? Does it stop you from even doing something, from even taking the first steps to take on a project and just see how it goes? Try something new, see how it goes. Because a lot of times when we do something new, something breaks, things don't go right, things don't turn out as well as we want. So how are we supposed to get better at something? And even when we are better at something, sometimes things don't go well. and we expect them to go well because we practice so much. So what is it about accepting, these shortcomings? I find it really interesting how it can be challenging to see the positive in the negative, or to accept that I'm just practicing. Everything is practicing. There are no mistakes, there are no errors. It's all learning. So I'm a learning, expanding being, and I'll just continue to learn and refine my experience. And what would be a tip or a trick to staying positive in a situation where I come up short? So that's it for this week. Send me a comment. Send me your experience with perfectionism, and we'll chat about it more and get to the bottom of it. All right? You're wonderful, beautiful, amazing, talented just the way you are. Yet I can be better. And better is something to be open to. But I am good and worthy just the way I am right now. All right. I love you. Have a great weekend. See you soon. Ciao.